Match reaction, Manchester United 0, Crystal Palace 2. Your reaction to that game?
My reaction is simple. Get a new ground built, change the name, because this is not the Theatre of Dreams anymore. It's a house of horrors. This is just getting farcical. I just watched that game there, and after 15 minutes, and I'm sure many people realised the same as I did, this is going the same way as the last 5 or 6 games we've played at Old Trafford. This is a nightmare. Palace, like most teams, they know after 15 minutes they're in it and they're going to take it to us. The physicality there today was clear to be seen. United was weak and it is becoming the house of horrors.
Yeah, you're correct there. I think is it 5 games we've lost now in 6 games here at Old Trafford. But what did you make of the first half today? And in particular, actually, the changes he made up front with Manu in that number 9, the striker position, dropping deep into midfield. Some might say it's a false 9, but what did you make of it?
I just made of it that there's no penetration. Doesn't matter what he changed today. There's no natural goal scorer. What started on that pitch? There's no natural goal scorer in Højlund and Xerxes. Very, very few chances today. And that team, what started, yes, they started brightly, passing the ball about. But as I say, after 15 minutes, the confidence went out United because they pushed on us. They were giving the ball away. They got caught out plenty of times. And to be honest with you, I look at that first half and I say to myself, and I'm going to be honest as I can be, I thought Palace had 3 or 4 good opportunities and really should have took the lead. There was no bite. There was no physicality from United. Yes, there was a lot of running around, but the ball, again, being given away. Yeah. If you give the ball away, then we can't build up an attack. We was looking good coming to the edge of the area, but it wasn't happening in the area. 1 or 2 balls. And then you just, as I see it, I don't know about yous out there, but I just see a lack of confidence, as if to say, well, who's going to put the ball in the net? I'm going to cross the ball, but who am I crossing it to? You know, and there was 1 or 2 crosses, don't get me wrong, in that first half where the ball did come in, but there was nobody there. It's as though nobody realises who it is who's the one to put the ball in the net. Lot of effort, but no penetration and physicality. I thought Crystal Palace, they held the back line solid. They worked together going up front and they created many problems for United in that first half.
Big call, though, today for dropping Højlund and Xerxes, though, don't you think? Is that where Amarin's come to a point now where he has to start changing things, trying to discover different ways where he can get goals through this team?
No, I don't think it was a big point dropping. I think the word dropping is the wrong word. What he was doing, again, he was experimenting. He was experimenting without a striker, seeing if these players change your formations, change your personnel up front, moving Manu up there. And I think he's trying to put Manu in the side and it's not working because Bruno's coming back. And Bruno today, I thought at times, again, and I've said it time and time again, you play Bruno out of that forward position, you bring him back. And I say it, 15 minutes, he was giving the ball away, doing it again in the second half. He was trying to do that long ball. It was the desperate stuff. I think the change of formation, putting Manu up there, didn't work at all. Manu, his work rate, the other players, the work rate, they were running around. But there was a lack of creativity right throughout that game today.
I just thought with Manu playing as a number 10 in midweek in the Europa League, seemed to do some good runs off that left-hand side where Martinez was always looking from him as well. I just thought, why change it then today when the young lad had a good game in that position? But going into the second half, what did you make of all of it?
Well, I looked at it and I thought to myself, United have started brightly here. I thought that was the best period of the game for them. 2 great opportunities, 2 good saves. One in the 50th minute from Bruno, then Ugarte came along a few minutes later, and it was a good save through crowded players. But do you know something? I seen after that, I thought to myself, again, there is no belief. They didn't go for it. I was expecting an avalanche to go at them. But what Palace did, they stood strong. Yeah. They stood strong and waited. And I sensed that the crowd could see what was going to happen. So when it did happen, I wasn't shocked. And I don't think many people was, because it come from a set piece. And again, we failed to deal with it. And I thought it was very poor. The man what came up, I forget his name at the moment, what actually put the ball in the net. Why wasn't he stopped on the edge of the area? Maguire was there. When a free kick comes in, the defenders are supposed to stop the run, physicality.
You're meant to grab him, aren't you? You know, not look at a yard, 2 yards in front of you.
And this is the weak thing about United. There is no physicality. He just waltzed through, but they waltzed through right through the game many times. And the second goal, I just don't know what's going on at all. They were just the freedom of the park. There was no talking again, but the belief had gone, and it's poor because I think United realised we wasn't going to score. I know after the goal, Xerxes and Højlund came on, and it was as if to say, right, the avalanche is coming. All plans off the table. We've got to go for it. We're getting beat 1-0, and did they go for it? I didn't see anything. I thought Xerxes gave the ball away continuously. I thought Højlund did the same. I thought there was no threat in the box again. And they got the second. And then it was just like, let the game end. And to be perfectly honest with you, I think most fans would agree with me here. Let the season end. Let the season end now, because it's not going to change. I've always talked about carnage and chaos. That wasn't carnage and chaos. That was a lack of belief. But I also have to give credit to Crystal Palace. They were strong, they were physical. And one thing about the aspects of the game, the physicality side of it, I thought the referee was poor today. I thought their midfield player should have been booked. Hughes should have been booked well before. And if people go back and look at his tackles, there was potentially, with the amount of tackles he'd done and fouls, he could have been sent off. So I thought the ref was poor there. But take nothing away from Crystal Palace. They had a game plan. They knew what to do. And I'm sure they're unbeaten in 8 games now. So there were no mugs coming here. So let's not think, oh, it's Crystal Palace and let's demean them. No, this was a Palace side what is unbeaten in 8 games. And United should have been prepared for that. And they had no physicality in their box.
Lisandro Martinez, though, that looked a really, really bad one on that stretch. He was in tears, the lad, and you wouldn't expect him to really be back before the end of the season either. So that's a big blow.
When he went down, and this is an absolute shame for him. No one likes to see an injury like that. And obviously it looks like his hamstring, but a bad one. And it does look bad. And he was in agony. And I think there was tears there flowing from him. So I think the recognition of how bad it was for him to be in that much pain, I think that's a season ending for him. That's a possible season. He'll definitely be out of all the cup games. You know, you can not worry about the league. That's no problem. You know, we'll survive in the league. What the results will be, I don't know. But it's the cup competitions for Man United. And now what we've turned into a team where we're giving away 3 easy points at Old Trafford. And now we're officially just a cup team. And that's all we can go for. And I've got confidence in the Europa League. But listen, this today, we're going to see much more of it. And I'm not shocked by it. And I'm not shocked by the score today. I think after 15 minutes, I was sort of like, yep, I can see what's going to happen here.
Yeah. No, I do agree with you. Maybe with the changes like you made today with Manu up there, who's looking for maybe more control, with you saying with Højlund and Xerxes not being able to control the ball and help up with the build-up play. But you expect him to experiment more from now until the end of the season with players and in certain positions?
No, I don't actually think he can do anything this season to turn this around. I don't think this is going to be turned around. I think every team now knows exactly what to do against Manchester United. First 15 minutes, stop them scoring a goal. And if we don't score a goal, we have a problem. We have to be in a competition to get excitement, to get these players playing football. And that's a cup. It's a one-off game and all that. These players just don't seem to see it. The season's finished. And no matter what he does now, everything is an experiment for the summer. And that's what we have to look for. We have to accept where we are. We have to look at the summer and say, right, changes are going to be made. 1 or 2 players have come in at the moment, but everything's an experiment. The 2 players, what we've come in, Aiden Heaven, and we've got Dorku, these are an experiment. These are going to be put in the side, here, there, and everywhere. Players are going to be moved around. That's what it is. We are a cup team. You can forget the league now. You're going to see a lot more of this.
I agree with your statement at the start. The theatre of dreams, has turned into the house of horrors. But anything more to add, though, before we go? How have you?
No, that's it. It's clear what's going on. And people getting angry, it's a waste of time. It is what it is, and he will spend the rest of the season now in the league experimenting and trying to push for a cup competition.
Be interesting to see what he says in his press conference and if we get any more headlines like we've seen over the past 2 to 3 weeks from Amarin. But I'd just like to thank you all for joining us. Get your own opinions in on the game in the comment section, and don't forget to leave a like on the video, as you know it's much appreciated. We will be back actually with another video later on. I'm going to go and find Webby and get another match reaction. See you soon. Thank you.